What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm on Toxin Gaming today, people. Today I'm going to be bringing you my Mokey Mokey deck. Let's go. It has actually been a highly asked for deck. Like, a lot of people really wanted to see what this deck is and what it does. And yeah, it does something. It was really hard to build this deck, but I came up with this like decent idea of what it should be doing by scouring through the Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Duel League Discord and the Others deck tab. And this is the idea I got from looking over people's comments and stuff about this deck. If you don't know, it's about a level 1 monster, a little tofu angel. But yeah, we play the skill switcheroo, right? And this skill, twice per duel, once per turn. You get to take a card from your hand, shuffle it into the deck, and draw a new card. So you get to mulligan one card once per turn, twice per duel, which is actually really, really nice, especially in a deck like this where you're going to be breaking a lot. So the main deck, you're playing triple Mokey Mokey. Like I said, little tofu angel. Don't know what this card actually is, but he's an outcast angel. Nobody knows what he's thinking at all, and sometimes he gets mad, and that is dreadful. And by get mad, I mean it gets Mokey Mokey goes smackdown mode. But yeah, he's just a level 1 monster, light fairy with 300 attack, 100 defense, nothing special. We also play 3 at the Do Name's Dark Witch, however you pronounce that. This is just an 1800 beater for the deck, and it's a normal monster, and that actually really matters for this deck, because, like, there's so much that this deck has to do. And so, yeah, this deck just plays her at 3 as well. 1800 is nothing to bat an eye out, and so it's definitely a card to play. The last card we play is a card called Bonz Alone, right? And we play this card at 3 in this deck. I'm not sure if this is the correct amount to play in this deck, but this is what I'm playing in it. And what this card says is that it can't be normal or special summoned if you control a monster, but you can special summon this card in attack position. So if you don't control any monsters, just summon Bonz Alone, like special summon it. If another monster is summoned to your side of the field while you control this monster, destroy this card. Now this card goes really well with the Mokey Mokey Smackdown card, right? And if you guys don't know, Smackdown is kind of like the bread and butter of Mokey Mokey. I don't think there's any other card in the game that kind of like makes this card, like, makes Mokey Mokey good outside of the new TCG support we're going to be getting soon. But this card reads, if face-up fairy monster you control is destroyed while you control Mokey Mokey until the end of the turn, the attack of each Mokey Mokey you control will become 3,000. So what you do is that you activate this spell, you special summon the Bonz Alone, and then you use Enchanting Fitting Room by paying 800 life points, reveal the top cards of your decks, and summon your Mokey Mokeys from the top of deck. If you summon 2 Mokey Mokey off of this, even one's fine, with Bonz Alone on the field, they summon to the field, Bonz Alone destroys itself, Mokey Mokey Smackdown triggers, and this gives your Mokey Mokeys 3,000 attack each. So they all both become 3,000. One will become 3,000. But yeah, this kind of triggers this to make these guys big, and these guys set your deck for these guys. To end off the spell lineup, though, we play Double Night Beam. This is destroy back row cards that are, really annoying this format. And then lastly is Justy Break, and this card kind of like is exactly what this deck needs. I don't think this deck would be playable if this card didn't come to the format. This card says when your opponent's monster declares an attack on your normal monster, destroy all monsters on the field except attack position normal monsters. So that's really good because Dark Witch and Mokey Mokey are normal monsters. So yeah. Cosmic Cyclone is played in this deck at 2. Just a pay 1,000 life points, target spell trap on the field and banish it. Mind Crush is played in this deck at 2. Just call the Cyber Angel cards from your opponent's hand, send them to the graveyard. And then I play Waking the Dragon in this deck at 2. I think it's very nice to have in this deck at 2, especially because Justy Break is such an important card. I just feel like having the Waking the Dragon is definitely a smart idea to have. As for our fusion lineup, we play Dusty Endergoon, Arcana Knight Joker, Salzadai Restrict, Ojama King, Cyberblader, and Cyber End Dragon. All cards that can be special summoned off Awaken the Dragon if it is popped. But without further ado, I'm going to jump right into the showcase. Alright, this is a game that I played versus Dragoon Turbo. And this is a fan of the channel. Sorry that I'm more than likely not going to be able to pronounce your name. But yeah, this deck is, like I said, really cool. And then we're playing against another one of my favorite decks of the format, And that's also really nice. Because Sorry, having some issues with my mouse. Because like we're playing against a real top contending deck, and we're playing this little Mokey Mokey build, little Mokey Mokey. Starting off the game, he has a piece in hand. He has the Dekochi, he has a breaker, and he has a book. We have Dark Witches, we have Justy Breaker, we have Mokey Mokey. So you know it's a good duel for us. Started off with our skills, we knew right off the bat just by seeing this, oh, we're playing against Dragoon Turbo. Got it. Using the switcheroo here, we're going to put the Mokey Mokey back into deck and draw a new card. This is going to be the Night Beam. We're going to set the Night Beam face down as a bluff and set the Justy Break, and then summon the Dark Witch to the field. Putting the switcheroo back face down, and then ending the turns. The opponent draws into the breakers. They just set the Dekochi and pass turn here. We draw again, getting another Justy Break. We're going to just set the Justy Break. We're not even going to switcheroo it back. We're going to summon another Dark Witch. Hitting into the battle phase, we're going to attack into the Dekochi. Dekochi is going to draw a card here, which is fine. Drawing into the Sphere Karibo and then attacking directly for 1800. The opponent's going to Sphere Karibo here, putting the Dark Witch to defense mode. The Dekochi is drawn for turn. The Breaker, the Magical Warrior, is summoned to the field, and it's going to utilize its effect to pop one spell trap card on the field. It's going to pop, hold on, the Justy Break. Luckily, we have another one face down. Sets one card face down, being the Book of Moon, and then attacks into the Duname's Dark Witch. We're going to use the Justy Break here, destroying all effect monsters on the field, and the opponent's going to pass for turn. We're going to draw into the Night Beam. We're going to activate our face down Night Beam, getting rid of the Book of Moon, using the switcheroo here, putting the Night Beam back into the deck and drawing a brand new card. We end up drawing into the Enchanting Fitting Room. We battle phase here, attacking for 1800, and dropping our opponent down all the way to 3600. The opponent draws for turn, drawing into a Book of Moon. Goes to the main phase 1, summons the Breaker, the Magical Warrior, sets the Book of Moon, and then attacks into the Duname's Dark Witch. We'll take 100 life points here and then draw for turn, drawing into the Mokey Mokey Smackdown. We're going to use Smackdown here, and then we're going to use Enchanting Fitting Room, paying 800 of our life points, milling the top 4 cards of our deck, and revealing 2 Mokey Mokey. Let's go! Mokey Mokeys get summoned to the field, they both do, and Bonz alone and the Mokey Mokey Smackdown will get returned to the deck. The names is going to attack into the Breaker, the Magical Warrior. And what our opponent does here is a surrender. The reason why is because the names would attack, he would book, Mokey Mokey would attack, and then Mokey Mokey would die, and then Smackdown's going to trigger, and then because Smackdown triggers, the other Mokey Mokey's attack becomes 3000, and that climbs the 1900 beater with the 600 life points left. So yeah, that was a really good way to showcase how this deck works. It worked out really well in that game, especially because the opponent didn't summon Dragoon. So drawing for turn, we draw into the Fitting Room, the Justy Break, the Mokeys, and then the names. Putting back the Mokey Mokey because we want it in our deck for the Enchanting Fitting Room. Setting the Enchanting Fitting Room, setting the Justy Break, and then summoning the name's Dark Witch. And then passing turn back to the opponent who draws into the Dogma. Using the Allure here, they're going to draw 2 cards, drawing into the Dekochis and the Cosmic. Dekochi gets banished, Breaker gets summoned. Breaker's effect is going to activate, utilizing its effect to banish one of the cards face down. Or destroy one of the cards face down. Cosmic Cyclone is going to banish the other card face down by paying 1000 life points. And then Fusion Party is going to trigger Fusion, summoning the Dogma and the Plasma from hand to summon out the Destiny and Dragoon. Utilizing Dragoon's effect here, we're going to take 1800 life points and lose our monster. Drawing for turn to the Mokey Mokey Smackdown. That's not what we need here. We actually need to get the Justy Break or something, right? And then drawing for turn into the Night Beam, setting the Night Beam face down, summoning the name's Dark Witch and climbing the Breaker. Passing our turn back off to the opponent. Opponent draws into a Plasma, uses Dragoon's effect here, pops the Dark Witch, we'll take another 1800, and we'll draw for turn into another Smackdown. At this point, we don't surrender, because we're too good at the game. And yeah, we lose. Not much we could really do in that situation. We had too many normal monsters that didn't do anything, not enough trap cards because he breakered and Cosmic them. Starting this game off, we get the Waking, the Justy Break, and the Smackdown. The opponent sets the Dekochi face down, and we're going to draw for turn into the Mind Crush. We're going to return our Justy Break because we don't have a normal monster, but we draw the Justy Break. So we set all of our traps face down, and we just end our turn there. Opponent draws into the Allure of Darkness, flips the Locomotive face up, and then draws 1 card from deck. When he draws the card from deck, we're going to Mind Crush here and call Destiny Hero Plasma, but he doesn't have it, he has Dogma in hand. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. Using the Allure of Darkness here, it's going to draw 2. We should have definitely waited for the Allure to get it, not in hindsight. And then uses the Allure of Darkness again to draw 2, and then banishes the Kochi. Using the Allure again to draw 2, and then banishes the Plasma. So he only has Breaker and Plasma in hand. Unfortunate. Summons the Breaker here, uses Breaker's effect to pop one of the spell or trap cards on the field, utilizing its effect and flips a coin to decide which one, and then pops the far left, being the Waking the Dragon. Waking the Dragon then is going to trigger because it was destroyed by an opponent's card effect, and we're going to summon out Arcana Knight Joker. Using Future Fusion here to try to get out to the Dragoon, we draw for turn, drawing into the Enchanting Fitting Room. Using Enchanting Fitting Room here because we have the Justy Break face down, might as well get the Mokey Mokeys out. We're going to send top 4 to graveyard, summon the Mokey Mokey to the field, and then return the cards to the hand. Using Switcheroo here, we're going to return Smackdown to the hand, and then draw 1 card, being the Bonz alone. This is just so when Dragoon does come out, if they do Fusion Party it out, I have a monster card to negate the effect. So I attack into the Kochi, make them lose 2,400 life points, and pass turn. They draw for turn. Using the Future Fusion effect, sending the Dogma and the Plasma from deck to graveyard, switching the Breaker the Magical Warrior to defense mode, and we draw for turn, drawing the names. Battling into the Breaker the Magical Warrior, they have the Book of Moon here to stop it, and then the Arcana Knight Joker is going to attack into it, and then we're going to pass turn. Breaker the Magical Warrior is then drawn, Future Fusion's effect is going to activate, summoning the Destiny and Dragoon in defense mode, Cosmic Cyclone is going to activate, paying 1,000, dropping him down to 600 life points, and then Dragoon's effect is going to activate, targeting the Arcana Knight Joker. Joker's effect is going to activate, sending the Bonz alone to the graveyard, and then opponent proceeds to main phase 1, and then surrenders the duel. So, yeah, what could have happened here is that he could have set the Breaker face down, and then hoped I didn't draw into a monster by drawing to Mokey Mokey next turn. So, like, I literally drew Mokey Mokey next. And so I still have the negate to stop it, and I just climb it the next turn. He couldn't summon the Breaker to climb the names, because then my Arcana Knight just climbs over the Breaker, which is unfortunate for him. And I also had Mokey Mokey on the field, so, like, we all know that I was going to win this duel. Mokey Mokey's face up. For no reason, it's face up. Oh, man. Yeah, this deck is fun. Definitely just fun, though. I'm surprised I beat Dragoon Turbo. If our opponent didn't hit the Waking the Dragon, we would have, not had the Arcana Knight, and then Dragoon would have summoned, and then we would just sat there and been sad all game. But yeah, the deck is fun, right? It's a very fun deck. I highly recommend playing it if you're a fan of Mokey Mokey. Highly recommend playing it if you're a casual player and just want to have some fun with a brand new deck. And yeah, if you guys like this type of content, though, make sure you leave a like on the video. If you like me, make sure you subscribe. Above all, I just want you all to have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.